Today, millions of people around the world are affected by a condition called Alzheimer's disease. Many of you, if not all of you, have been affected by this terrible disease. Through my extensive research, however, I may have found that there is a possible cure for this disease. And hopefully by the end of my presentation, you will be well informed and just as excited as I am about this new medical development. Alzheimer's is a terrible and notorious disease in the United States, and through past years there have been many attempts to cure this disease, all of which have failed. However, a recent medical development called gene therapy poses an argument as to whether or not Alzheimer's really is incurable. Though Alzheimer's disease is a household name, many people do not know to what extent Alzheimer's affects Americans. Afranio DeStefani from Juniper Publishers defines Alzheimer's disease as a neurodegenerative disease that can impair memory and judgment, especially in people with old age. The Bright Focus Foundation reports that today in America, 5 million Americans suffer from Alzheimer's disease, and every 65 seconds, another person will develop Alzheimer's disease. However, perhaps the scarier figure is that on our current track, by 2050, 14 million people will have Alzheimer's disease, and a new person will develop this horrible condition every 33 seconds. Alzheimer's, like HIV and cancer, though going through many clinical trials and attempts, have not been cured yet. In fact, due to these failures, Alzheimer's disease is the only leading cause of death in the United States that is still on the rise. The Chicago Tribune reports that James Hendricks, the director of Global Science Initiatives for the Alzheimer's Association, says, "The overriding hypothesis for many years has been the amyloid hypothesis, in which removing formation of amyloid plaques in the brain will treat the disease and improve cognition in patients. This has not come close to working." Gene therapy is a widely publicized new technological and medical development that will soon become commonplace in the medical field and amaze everyone. Dictionary.com defines gene therapy as the transplantation of normal genes into cells in place of old genes, missing or defective ones, in order to correct genetic disorders. The U.S. National Library of Medicine reports that in a 2003 study, a genetic intervention called the human nerve growth factor, or NGF, was developed to attend to degenerative symptoms of Alzheimer's disease. In this study, NGF has been shown to prevent both lesion-induced and spontaneous age-related memory loss and degeneration of basal forebrain cholinergic neurons. Furthermore, NGF infusion reversed both lesion-induced and spontaneous age-related memory loss. Though gene therapy is definitely a new dawn and the beginning of a new era in medical technology that opens endless doors of possibilities, it is the result of thousands of attempts going back to the drawing board and attempts from brilliant minds to cure these seemingly incurable diseases. Alzheimer's remains today as a terrible disease, and though there have been many attempts to cure it, like I said, all of which have failed, gene therapy is an encouraging breath of fresh air in the medical community and a fresh start with very promising possibilities. Neil Armstrong said it best, in my opinion, and exemplifies perfectly how I feel about gene therapy. Gene therapy is, in fact, one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind.